How much money do you need to feel rich? You might think it's a simple question, but the answers from a recent Bankrate survey are way different than you'd probably guess. While most people might assume a few $100,000 would do the trick, it turns out many Americans believe they need a whole lot more to feel financially secure and truly free. The survey shows a big gap between what people are actually earning and what they think they need to live a life stress-free. So what's the real number that would make people feel rich today? Let's take a look at what the survey found. It's pretty surprising. Americans say they need to earn around $186,000 per year to feel financially secure and comfortable. That's more than double the average salary of a full-time worker, indicating a huge gap between what people feel they need and what they actually make. With almost $200,000 in income, you could afford a nice home, one that's well above the national average price, and even after taxes, you'd still have enough left over to enjoy some of life's luxuries. However, when you factor in things like income taxes, a mortgage, payments for one or two vehicles, and the cost of raising a family, that $186,000 doesn't stretch as far as it might seem. The reality is that while it sounds like a lot, everyday expenses can quickly eat away at what you thought was a comfortable income. With the cost of living constantly rising, along with inflation and economic uncertainty, many feel like a much higher income is necessary just to cover the basics, save for the future, and have a little breathing room. It's a sign of how tough it can be to get ahead financially and how many people are feeling the pressure of today's economy. To really feel rich and financially free, Americans say they need to make about $520,000 per year. That's not just about covering the basics of feeling secure. It's about having the freedom to spend without stress, travel whenever they want, invest in their future, and enjoy a more luxurious lifestyle. This level of income would allow you to afford what many would consider a beautiful home, one or two nice cars, some memorable vacations, and still have money left over. Even if you spend around $15,000 per month on housing, you'd likely be left with a couple $100,000 per year after taxes to cover other expenses. For many, being rich means more than just paying the bills. It's about owning nice things, experiencing life to the fullest, and not having to worry about money. With the cost of living going up and everything getting more expensive, the idea of true financial freedom feels further out of reach for a lot of people. About 75% of Americans say that they don't feel fully financially secure, which shows how common money problems are. While a lot of this comes down to not making enough money, many people admit that it's not just about the income. They say other factors play a big role in their financial insecurity. Regardless, a lot of people are dealing with rising costs, debt, and the challenge of saving up for the future. Whether it's paying rent or a mortgage, covering healthcare costs, or just trying to build an emergency fund, money stress is a big part of everyday life. Not feeling secure financially can make things even more stressful, especially when unexpected expenses pop up or when people start thinking about job stability and retirement. About 4 in 10 people say they need to make at least $100,000 just to feel financially secure. Things like housing, groceries, healthcare, and everyday bills keep going up, and for many, their current paycheck just isn't cutting it. People want to feel like they can cover their expenses, save up for the future, and handle surprises without stressing about money all the time. What used to seem like a high salary now feels like a necessity just to stay comfortable. More and more people feel like financial security isn't about being rich, it's about making enough money to live without constant worry. When comparing different generations, the amount people say they need to earn in order to feel financially secure varies, but it's clear that younger generations tend to feel the need for more income. Gen Zers and millennials say they'd need about $200,000 per year to feel financially secure. These figures are quite a bit higher than those of older generations, with Gen Xers estimating they need roughly $183,000, and baby boomers feeling secure at around $171,000 per year. Younger generations are facing higher living costs, including student loan debt, housing expenses, and inflation, which is a different set of challenges than their older counterparts. Plus, considering the inflation they've experienced, there's growing concern about future income needs. Younger generations not only seek a bigger financial cushion for peace of mind, but also desire a more upscale lifestyle, including dining out more often, more frequent vacations, nicer cars, and larger homes compared to older generations. One thing to keep in mind is that there's this tendency to never feel truly rich, no matter how much you earn, because the goalposts keep shifting. People often set financial milestones for themselves, thinking they'll feel secure and successful once they surpass certain numbers, like earning $100,000 a year or hitting a $1 million net worth. But once they achieve those goals, it's like the finish line moves further away, and the new target becomes $200,000 per year in income or a $2 million net worth. This cycle continues as people adjust their expectations, convincing themselves that they'll only feel wealthy once they reach the next level. It's a common phenomenon where the more you earn, the more you think you need, creating a never-ending chase for financial success. It's important to recognize this mindset because it can lead to never feeling satisfied regardless of how much you've accomplished financially. So while setting goals is great, it's also worth considering whether the constant push for more is actually preventing you from enjoying the success you've already achieved. The way to break free from this constant shifting of goalposts is to embrace living on less than you earn and learning to find joy in what you have. For example, you might want a fancier home, but realize the one you've got already has everything you need. Plus, enjoying cheap or free stuff can go a long way. It's about shifting your mindset from constantly chasing bigger and more expensive stuff like that shiny new car or a bigger, fancier home, and instead appreciating the things that don't come with a hefty price tag. If you're never satisfied with what you have, what makes you think you'd be satisfied with the next thing? The truth is, those material upgrades often provide only temporary satisfaction, and over time, the excitement wears off. You end up in a never-ending cycle of upscaling, always thinking that the next purchase will bring lasting happiness, only to find yourself wanting even more. By focusing on what truly brings happiness, whether it's spending time with loved ones, enjoying nature, or diving into hobbies that don't require a large investment, you can break free from the need to constantly upgrade your lifestyle. It's about realizing that true fulfillment comes from experiences and personal growth, not from owning the latest gadget or the biggest house. This shift not only helps you save money, but also cultivates a sense of contentment, so you're not always waiting for the next big thing to make you feel secure or happy. Rather than basing your idea of how much money you need on what others think or trying to keep up with the latest trends, take a step back and really think about what you want. Ask yourself what kind of lifestyle you want to live, and what you want your money to allow you to do. For example, do you dream of owning a mansion with all the bells and whistles, or would a cozy, modest home bring you just as much comfort and contentment? Do you envision driving expensive cars and taking lavish trips, or are you more content with a simple, reliable vehicle and traveling in a way that's more about the experience than the luxury? These are the kinds of questions that will help you figure out what really matters to you. When you focus on your own desires instead of comparing yourself to others, you can set more realistic goals and determine how much money you need to feel happy and secure. By defining your own version of wealth, you can avoid getting caught up in the endless race for things that don't truly bring fulfillment. In the end, there's no simple answer to how much money you need to feel rich or secure. It really depends on your personal goals and expectations. This survey shows a big gap between what people feel they need to live comfortably and what they actually earn, with many wanting way more than the average salary. As financial pressures grow, the idea of feeling rich keeps shifting, making it feel like the goalposts are always moving. But instead of constantly chasing more, focusing on living within your means and appreciating the simple things can help you break free from the cycle. True financial freedom comes from finding happiness in what you have, not just in what you can buy.